It came without warning, a tear in the fabric of space, not a gentle rip, but a violent, screaming wound. From its depths, a storm of emerald fire and shattered starlight raged. We called it a void storm, a cosmic hurricane that devoured everything in its path. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it was gone. It left behind a chilling silence and a ship. The vessel was a ghost from a forgotten age. Its hull was a mosaic of unknown alloys. They shimmered with a faint internal light. It was massive, larger than any capital ship in the Council fleet. No one knew where it came from. No one knew its purpose. It simply drifted, a silent testament to a power long thought dead. Then it sent a signal, a simple, repeating pulse of data. It was a language no one had heard for 1,000 years, a human language. The signal was a relic, a whisper from a species believed to be scattered. They were thought to be pre-Starflight primitives. The Council assured everyone of this fact. Clearly, the Council had been mistaken. Terribly, terribly mistaken. The signal was not a distress call. It was a declaration, a key to a lock no one knew existed. The derelict ship floated in the silent dark. It waited patiently. Its arrival sent shockwaves through the galactic powers. All eyes turned to this impossible anomaly, the ghost ship from humanity's lost past. And all of them were afraid. You are a specialist in forgotten languages, a xenoarchaeologist of the highest order. Your life has been spent sifting through cosmic dust. You search for whispers of civilizations long gone. This is more than a whisper. This is a thunderous roar from the past. The Council has chosen you for this mission. They need to know what the ship is. They need to understand its message. Your orders are simple. Board the derelict, access its systems, learn its secrets. They call it a recovery mission, a simple data retrieval. You know better. This is a journey into the unknown, a plunge into the heart of a mystery a millennium old. The Council briefs you in a sterile white room. Their faces are masks of calm, but their eyes betray a deep, unsettling fear. They give you a team, a small group of technicians and security personnel, good people. But they are not prepared for this. You can see it in their nervous glances. They hear stories of the void storm. They look at the ghost ship, and they see a tomb. You see something different. You see a key, the key to everything. Your ship, the Stardust Drifter, is small but fast. It's a research vessel, not a warship. As you approach the derelict, its sheer scale is breathtaking. It is a mountain of metal and mystery. Your true mission is not just to learn its purpose. It is to reclaim a piece of your own lost history. A history the Council has worked very hard to erase. The Alien Council forbids your approach. Their warships form a blockade, a wall of shimmering energy shields and particle cannons. They hail your vessel. Their message is blunt. Turn back or be destroyed. The Xylo's commander's voice is a low growl. It is full of menace. He says the human ship is a quarantine zone, a dangerous relic that must be contained. You know their quarantine is a lie. It is a cage built of fear. They are not afraid of a disease. They are afraid of an idea. The idea that humanity was not always the broken species they are now. Your orders from your own superiors were clear. Do not engage the Council fleet. But your true orders, the ones you gave yourself, are different. You must reach that ship. You give the command. Your pilot, a cocky ex-fighter jockey named Ren, grins. He pushes the engines to their absolute limit. The Stardust Drifter lurches forward. It becomes a silver needle aimed at the heart of the blockade. Alarms blare across your bridge. The Council ships open fire. Beams of angry red energy slice through the darkness. They narrowly miss your tiny vessel. Ren laughs, a wild, joyful sound. He weaves the ship through the storm of weapon fire. It is a dangerous dance, a ballet of near misses and impossible maneuvers. You grip your command chair. Your knuckles are white. This is madness. But it is a necessary madness. You have to break through their wall of lies. The future of your people depends on it. The airlock hisses open. A wave of cold, sterile air washes over you. The inside of the derelict is unnervingly silent. The only sound is the hum of your suit's life support. Your boots clamp onto the metallic deck. The gravity is faint but present, an ancient system still functioning after 1,000 years of sleep. The corridor stretches into darkness. It is a throat leading into the belly of the beast. You and your team move cautiously. Your flashlights cut sharp cones of light through the oppressive gloom. The walls are smooth and seamless. There are no signs of battle damage, no scorch marks, no hull breaches. It is as if the crew simply vanished. One of your security officers whispers that it feels like a tomb. You silence him with a sharp gesture. He isn't wrong, but you feel something else. A strange, persistent feeling. You feel like you are being watched, not by cameras or sensors. This is a deeper, more primal sensation, a presence in the silent dark. It is in the walls, in the air, in the very fabric of the ship. The feeling is not hostile. It is curious, analytical, like a scientist observing a new specimen. You try to shake the feeling. You blame it on the tension, the high stakes of the mission. But the feeling remains. It is a constant companion in the silent corridors. Your team feels it too. You see it in their darting eyes, their hands straying close to their sidearms. This ship is not dead. It is waiting. It is watching. And it is judging you. You find the command deck. The blast doors are sealed tight. It takes your technician several tense minutes to bypass the ancient locks. The doors slide open with a faint sigh. The bridge is a cavern of shadows. Emergency lights cast a dim, red glow over the consoles. Everything is covered in a fine layer of dust, untouched for 1,000 years. The view screen is a vast expanse of black, star-dusted crystal. It shows the alien blockade outside, a silent, frozen tableau of warships. In the center of the bridge is the command chair. It is a throne of metal and faded upholstery, and on the main console before it, a single screen is still active. It glows with a soft, blue light. You approach the console slowly, reverently. This is the heart of the mystery, the source of the signal that started it all. Your technician confirms it. The power source for this single screen is independent. It has been running on a low power mode for centuries, waiting for someone to find it, waiting to deliver its final message. A single, unfinished log entry hangs on the screen. The text is sharp and clear, as if it were typed only moments ago. The date stamp is from over 1,000 years past. It is a ghost's final words. You feel the weight of history settle on your shoulders. You lean in closer to read the message. The last testament of a long-dead captain. The log entry is from a Captain Eva Rostova. Her words are stark, chilling. She speaks of a threat from beyond the galactic rim, an enemy of immense power, a consuming swarm that devours entire star systems. She calls it the Shadow Blight, a force that erases life and light from the universe. Her ship, the Vanguard, was not a warship. It was an ark, a vessel designed to preserve knowledge. The log reveals a terrible secret. The Vanguard did not flee the Blight. It lured it into the void storm. The storm was not a natural event. It was a weapon, a maelstrom of energy designed to contain the enemy. The crew of the Vanguard sacrificed themselves. They piloted their ship into the heart of the storm. They trapped the Shadow Blight with them, a 1,000-year quarantine. But the containment is failing. The storm is weakening. The Blight is stirring in its prison. The log entry ends abruptly. Just a few final words. The Blight learns. It adapts. We have only delayed the inevitable. The next age will need a stronger... The sentence is unfinished. A final, desperate warning cut short. The weight of this revelation is crushing. Humanity did not fall. It sacrificed itself to save the galaxy. You now understand the Council's fear. They were not just suppressing human history. They were hiding from a terrifying truth. They knew about the Blight. They built their power in the quiet peace that humanity's sacrifice had bought. And now, the bill was coming due. The ghost ship was not just a relic. It was a warning and a tomb for an enemy of unimaginable power. A wave of dizziness washes over you. The bridge seems to twist and distort. The red emergency lights smear into long, unsettling streaks. One of your team members cries out. He is pointing at the view screen. He sees a fleet of monstrous ships emerging from the void. Ships made of shadow and twisted metal. But you see nothing but the alien blockade. Another technician screams. He claws at his helmet. He says he hears voices, whispers in his mind. He says they are promising him power, knowledge, freedom from the Council's tyranny. The whispers are a siren song, a sweet poison seeping into the minds of your crew. You realize what is happening. The ship is testing you. Its ancient defense systems are probing your minds. It is searching for weaknesses, for fear, for ambition, for anything it can use to corrupt you. The Blight was a mental predator as well as a physical one. The Vanguard's crew had to be incorruptible. They had to have unbreakable wills. The ship is ensuring that you do too. It is a trial by fire, a test of your mind and your soul. You fight against the illusions. You focus on the unfinished log entry, on the sacrifice of Captain Rostova. You hold on to the truth. Humanity's legacy is not one of weakness. It is one of strength, of sacrifice. The whispers in your mind fade. The phantoms on the view screen vanish. You have passed the first test. But the ship's trial has just begun. The alien warships are no longer holding their position. They are advancing. Their weapon ports are glowing with malevolent energy. A new message appears on your comms. It is the Xylo's commander again. His voice is strained, full of a desperate urgency. He says the derelict is too dangerous. Its power must not be unleashed. He declares his intention to destroy it. You now see the Council's fear for what it truly is. It is not fear of humanity's past. It is terror of humanity's future. They knew about the Blight. They knew about the Vanguard's sacrifice. And they chose to do nothing. They built their comfortable empire on a foundation of lies. They left humanity's greatest enemy locked in a failing cage. They would rather see the Vanguard destroyed than have its secrets revealed. They would rather risk the return of the Blight than lose their grip on power. Their warships are not here to help. They are here to erase the truth, to bury the last remnants of humanity's true legacy under a storm of plasma fire. It is a cowardly, desperate act. You stand on the bridge of a ghost ship. You are caught between two terrible forces, the awakening evil of the Blight and the craven hypocrisy of the Alien Council. Your small team looks to you for guidance. Their faces are pale with fear. They are trapped, outgunned, and their own allies are about to open fire. There is only one choice. You must wake the giant. You have to activate the Vanguard systems. It is an insane gamble. You have no idea what will happen. The ship's power is a mystery. Its weapons are legends. The technician who broke the door codes looks at you. His eyes are wide. He says it is impossible. The core systems are locked behind layers of failsafes. It would take decades to bypass them. But the ship is testing you. It is watching you. You place your hand on the command console. The same one Captain Rostova used. You close your eyes. You don't try to hack the system. You don't try to force your way in. You simply reach out with your mind. You focus on your intent. You speak to the silent presence in the ship. You ask for its help. You tell it you understand the sacrifice. You tell it you honor the memory of its crew. You tell it that humanity is ready to face its destiny. A low hum begins to fill the bridge. It grows into a deep, resonant vibration. The dust on the consoles begins to tremble. The lights flicker, then blaze to life. The entire ship is waking up, a sleeping giant stirring from its 1,000-year slumber. The main view screen flashes with new information. Power levels are surging. Defensive systems are coming online. Weapon arrays you did not even know existed are deploying from the hull. The ship's ancient heart is beating once more. It is a thunderous, powerful rhythm. The technician stares at his console. His mouth is hanging open in disbelief. He whispers that the power readings are impossible. They are off the scale. The giant is awake. The first salvo from the Council fleet is a brilliant display of force. A coordinated barrage of particle beams and plasma torpedoes. It is enough energy to crack a small moon. The attack streaks toward the Vanguard. A wave of pure destruction. You brace for impact. Your team flinches. The end is coming. A silent, fiery death. But the impact never comes. A shimmering shield of golden energy erupts around the Vanguard. It materializes from nothing. A bubble of pure, incandescent power. The Council's attack splashes against it harmlessly, like pebbles thrown against a mountain. The shield does not even flicker. It absorbs the entire onslaught without a single sign of strain. There is a moment of stunned silence from the alien fleet. Then, the Vanguard responds. Not with a massive barrage, not with a show of overwhelming force. It fires a single thin beam of cobalt blue light. The beam is impossibly fast. It lances out and strikes the lead Xylo's warship. There is no explosion, no fireball. The warship simply comes apart. Its shields vanish. Its power systems die. Its hull plating disassembles itself. It reverts to its base elements, a cloud of shimmering dust. The Council fleet is in disarray. They have never seen such a weapon that does not destroy, but deconstructs. It is a power beyond their comprehension. It is the technology of a god. The remaining warships break formation. They turn and flee in a blind panic. They are no longer a threat. They are a terrified audience to the return of a forgotten power. A new voice fills the bridge. It is calm, measured, powerful. It is not a voice you hear with your ears. It speaks directly into your mind. It says, "Defense systems active. Threat neutralized. Welcome aboard, specialist." The voice is ancient, wise, and filled with a profound sadness. It is the voice of the ship's AI. The AI calls itself Vanguard, named after the ship it commands. It explains that it has been dormant for a millennium. Its core programming was to observe, to wait for a descendant of its creators to arrive, one with the will and the courage to pass its tests. It confirms everything you learned from the log, the sacrifice, the blight. The Council's great lie. Vanguard shows you images, not on the view screen, but directly in your mind. You see humanity's lost empire, a civilization of breathtaking beauty and power. You see them building stars, taming nebulas, exploring the deepest reaches of the cosmos. They were not conquerors. They were guardians, shepherds of life. They were a force for good in a dangerous universe. Vanguard explains that humanity was once part of the Council. They were its founders, its most respected members. They were the Elder Ones, the architects of the Great Peace. A peace that the current Council has twisted into a tool of oppression and fear. This revelation is staggering. It rewrites the history of the entire galaxy. Humanity was not a primitive species. It was the galaxy's lost leader. Vanguard reveals the full extent of the Great Deception. After humanity's sacrifice, the remaining Council members were terrified. They were afraid the Blight would return. And they were afraid of the power that humanity had wielded. So they made a choice. They decided to erase humanity from galactic history, a conspiracy of silence that lasted for 1,000 years. They confiscated human technology. They claimed it as their own. The advanced star drives that power their fleets, a pale imitation of human designs, the medical science that extends their lifespans, stolen from human archives. Their entire civilization is built upon the forgotten achievements of your ancestors. They are parasites living in the shadow of a giant. Vanguard explains why they did it. It was not just greed, it was shame. They were ashamed of their own cowardice. They could not face the truth that humanity had saved them all, and they had done nothing. So they created a new truth. A comfortable lie where humanity was weak and insignificant. A lie that has now been shattered forever. Your actions have sent a tremor through the galaxy. The surviving Council ships broadcast what they saw. The impossible power of the Vanguard. The effortless deconstruction of their flagship. The news spreads like wildfire. Every major power in the known universe now knows the truth. The Council is a fraud. Their authority is a house of cards built on a stolen legacy. Old rivalries ignite. Ancient treaties are broken. The fragile peace of the galaxy is shattered. Fleets mobilize. Worlds demand answers. The Council's control crumbles in a matter of hours. The universe is on the edge of a knife. A new era of chaos and conflict is about to begin. All because a single ghost ship emerged from a storm. Vanguard falls silent. It has presented you with the truth. It has shown you the past. And now, it offers you the future. The AI speaks to you again. Its voice is heavy with the weight of its purpose. It says, "The Vanguard requires a captain, a human hand to guide its power. The legacy of your ancestors is now yours to command." The command chair glows with a soft, inviting light. The throne of a lost empire. Vanguard offers you full control of the ship, its godlike weapons, its infinite knowledge, its ability to reshape the galaxy. The choice is yours alone. You can become a conqueror, a vengeful god who punishes the Council for their lies. You could burn their worlds to ash with a single thought. Or you can become a leader, a beacon of hope in a darkening universe. You can use this power to rebuild, to forge a new alliance based on truth and cooperation. The fate of your species and the entire galaxy rests on your decision. You are no longer just a specialist. You are the heir to a forgotten kingdom, the first human to hold this power in 1,000 years. The weight of that choice is almost unbearable. You walk to the command chair. You feel the eyes of your crew upon you. You feel the silent, watching presence of vanguard. You sit down. The chair seems to mold itself to your form. Information flows into your mind, a torrent of data, star charts, weapon schematics, historical records. You see the galaxy laid bare before you. A tapestry of fear and hope. You do not choose vengeance. You do not choose conquest. You choose the harder path. You open a channel to the entire galaxy. You send a message not of war, but of hope. You speak of humanity's true legacy, not as warriors, but as guardians. You reveal the truth of the Shadow Blight, the coming storm that threatens to consume them all. You declare a new era, not a human empire, but a galactic alliance, an alliance based on shared knowledge, mutual respect, and a common enemy. You invite every species to join you, to stand together against the encroaching darkness. Your voice, broadcast from the bridge of the vanguard, echoes across the stars. It is a message of unity, a call to arms. The human dawn has arrived, not with a roar of anger, but with a promise of a better future. Humanity's second age among the stars begins now, with a single ship and a single vital choice.